Ruby Rose from Ruby versus the red-eyed wielder of the Murasame, the assassin of Night Raid, Akame from.
Well, back to the video game realm for this one, yet again.
Ooh. Ooh.
Both of them are kind of similar in a way. Both of them had psionic powers. Both are involved with time.
Oh my fucking god.
Silver the Hedgehog from Sonic versus Kasane Randall from Scarlet Nexus.
Oh my fucking god.
So underrated.
Yeah, Silver is very underrated.
Wait a minute. Isn't he dubbed by Johnny Young Boss?
No, he was dubbed by Quilton Flynn at first until Bryce Pattenbrook took over.
Fuck, I was gonna say trade like a Johnny Young Boss role, even though he put number 10, but never mind. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Silver versus Kasane. I originally had Jean Grey instead of Silver because if you really think about it, Jean Grey is really powerful.
No. Is she?
But the more I think about it, I had to also give props to Silver because Trey said it best. He's very underrated among the Sonic cast. Well, on the topic of Silver, I'll talk about him first on criteria for the fight. A hedgehog from the future that is covered nothing but flames and lava thanks to Iblis. And during that time, Silver has honed his psychic powers, and it actually shows that he's really powerful with it. I mean, like, he can use them like to levitate, he can lift like even heavy objects, he can even use them to go up against like a freaking fire demigod. And he did travel back in time, and it actually shows that he is able to keep up with veterans like Sonic and Shadow. He was able to keep up with them. And of course, yeah, he does have a super form, and he did fought a god. That is actually also really impressive. And he can do more than just lift stuff. He can also use like his psychic energy to create like, well, psychic basic attacks like psychic blades, psychic balls. And even in Sonic Generations, he can use all that psychic power to create a huge final attack. My god, that battle in Sonic Generation was awesome. But on to Kasane for this one. Adopted member of the Randall family. A very skilled fighter in the OSF. And quite a badass with her psychic powers, especially when she used like her, I'm trying to remember, those are like mini blades or just like battering like shape or something. But anyway, it actually shows that Kasane can actually keep up with a lot of veterans, even keeping up with like Karin, who's like a high-ranking OSF member. And of course, we also get a glimpse of her other powers, the red strings, which, spoiler alert, it can let her travel through time, which I think that would be an interesting way for the death battle to set up. She uses the red string to travel through time and ended up at Silver's time. And Silver spotted Kasane, and considering that Silver can be a bit gullible, and he's like, are you an ally, or are you working for Iblis? And that can actually lead up to the fight. Both of them can be pretty even with their psychic powers. And both of them do have their own super forms, like Silver having his super form, and Kasane having like her brain field and brain drive, which is also pretty OP. And this is a fight where, honestly, it might go either way, because both of them have face off against powerful people. So if I had to pick one, I might have to go with Silver for this one, because he did face off an actual god.
But you gotta eventually give a hedgehog a chaos emerald every death battle. That's what you do.
That is true. But then again, Kasane can also have the advantage as well, because she has more experience with her psychic powers. She has more experience in combat training. And she may play it out smart after all. Even though Kasane can be a bit reckless now and then, she can be pretty smart and can analyze like different opponents very well. yeah, this is like a fight where it might go either way. It'll be fun to see two psychic people go off against each other head to head. That's my number 6.
Nikki, you're up.
All right. So for my number 6, it is going to be, well, I guess you can say the two well-known monster hunters we know and love. So
Okay.
number 6 is going to be Geralt of Rivia versus Trevor Belmont.
Oh, well. look
Oh
who's
my god,
excited.
yes.
Oh, that'll be cool.
So first off, with I would say that what both have is that pretty much they both have their own skills and knowledge or experience and knowledge of fighting against various types of monsters depending on where they are. So let's focus on Geralt's case. So for Geralt, he pretty much studied different types of ogres, different types of hybrids, specters, and even vampires. And he can even learn to make potions or oils that can be useful against them, as well as, learning different
Signs.
thank you. Learning different signs to either ward off or to use a force to push them away or even trap them or even slowing them down.
Fire.
Even incinerating them. So pretty much he has his versatility in alchemy, in a little bit of magic because signs are like a minor version of that, and then also in hand-to-hand combat. And also he has 2 different types of swords. Silver, which is mainly useful against monsters, and then just a regular steel weapon for humans because, let's face it, humans are the worst monsters there is. So there is that, and I think also because he was pretty much trained and went through the trial of grass, he has some immunity or resistance to some things. I don't recall.
Basically, alchemic potions are poisons to a normal human, so he has resistance to toxins, as well as minor enhancements to his physical strength, speed, and durability, and enhanced senses.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. And then for Trevor Belmont, okay, it was hard for me to find stats for this one because we know him from the video games and then we know him from the series. So let's just say that in general that he has experience with not just vampires, but also different types of monsters like werewolves, and also let's say like the monsters, like the lake monsters in Frankenstein, like those kinds of monsters that we also ghouls. And he has also pretty much proficiency in weapons, but the main weapon he uses is the vampire killer, which is pretty much a stake merged with a whip, pretty much. And the Belmonts, they're known to handle not just monsters, but also pretty much godlike beings. I mean, Trevor Belmont even fought against death itself. So there's that. So in terms of battle, I would still say that maybe Geralt would have a slight advantage because he has been, in a way, mutated. So he's slightly physically more advanced and also has some immunities, while Trevor Belmont, he's mortal, but he's still able to take some hits. But I feel like Geralt might have a slight advantage. So that's my number 6.
Wow.
Okay, great. Nice. All right. Trey, shock us.
I apologize to any Helsing fans in advance.
Oh,
The
fuck.
police
What?
girl that would definitely agree that bitches love cannons. Draculina Steris Victoria from Helsing versus the kid who loves boobs, the number 1 Makima simp, the Chainsaw Man, Denji Hayakawa.
Wait, that's his last. Wait. Okay, first of all, that's his last name?
It's a fanon thing, kind of supported by the author that he took on.
Okay, and also, second of all,
What the heck is up with him?
I think he.
Yes, I put Saris against
You are-
Denji because
you are-
Denji stomps the shit out of Saris.
you are very, very, very lucky Brandon is not here, Trey. You
If he-
realize that.
If he sees the video, he's gonna be more pissed than
Yeah.
Anime Sunrise.
Okay, but I'm gonna give you a chance to explain. You have 1 minute.
Yes, explain why Saris wins.
Yes, she does win. She does win.
Okay, but from a thematic standpoint, it's more so the fact that both of them are kind of like
normal people dragged into supernatural organizations against their will, where they're more or less treated as a weapon and small fish in a big pond type of deal. Basically, both of them are brought back from the brink of death by supernatural means. Ceres being shot through the heart by Alucard and being simultaneously turned into his servant as a half vampire. And Genji being chopped up by the mafia or the Yakuza, he got turned into a bunch of zombies by the zombie devil, tossed in the trash can before he has his heart revived and his body restored by Pochita, which gives him devil powers. So yeah, they're both more or less half human hybrids forced into a supernatural lifestyle by things outside of their control, and they're both end up having to, grow accustomed to it and gradually grow stronger and stronger over the course of the series as they become monsters in their own right.
With a strange connection to blood.
Yes, very much. And they're both scraggly blondes. Like, for some reason, they have like almost the exact same hairstyle. Like, they could pass as brother and sister, honestly. But from a fighting standpoint, here's what I'm going to give Ceres. Yes, by the very end of the series, she is extremely powerful, especially with that familiar arm she got from eating Pip. She is definitely physically much more stronger, and I would probably say she is at least Denji's equal in speed. Problem is that Denji is like way more durable, like absurdly, like to the point where he could take a point blank sonic blast from the Bat Devil that pretty much disintegrated an entire building, and his healing factor is just fucking nuts. Like, I'm not even gonna understate. He is effectively immortal for as long as he has blood, and like basically there is a point in the manga where he gets decapitated in his human form. Somehow he still comes back from that. There are points where there are points where he's ended up blown to nothing but bits, with nothing but his upper torso, all of his limbs blown off, and his head burnt to a crisp and barely intact while he is in chainsaw form. Gets a little bit of blood from a slit wrist, boom, back to 100%. And here's the problem. He's a perpetual motion machine. Because guess what Ceres has a lot of, because she's a devil and is going to get into close combat with a dude that has fucking chainsaws. Blood. So eventually, any damage he dishes out and she does to him will be negated by his healing factor.
Hold it. Why can't you just shoot him from 10 miles away with a massive fucking cannon? Instant win.
Well, see, the problem is there was an incident with the gun devil who fires pretty much anything above what Ceres can dish out, and after he fired the bullet at an innocent civilian, Denji blocked it. So yeah, that's the problem.
Just because he blocked it doesn't mean he can survive it.
He pretty much blocked it with no issue with his chainsaws. Yes.
Anything else you want to add? You want to add anything else to make me want to murder you even more?
Yeah, I gotta go with Kevin on this one.
He can also use his chainsaw, like, okay, like the chain itself.
There we go.
Oh my god.
You know how the chain itself is connected to the saw? He kind of has telekinetic control over that, and may have once upon a time stuck his chainsaws in the ground and drove like a borderline hill-sized piece of concrete outside the dirt with it and threw it at his enemies.
All right, moving on. You made your point.
Yeah.
The point is, I'm going to fucking murder you. Ceres wins. Period.
Read Chainsaw Man.
Hell
What?
no, I don't need to read it. Ceres wins. She's badass.
I don't care
And
if
she's
she
cute.
wins. Read Chainsaw Man, because we need more Chainsaw Man fans.
No.
Hell no, Ceres wins. She's cuter.
Let them fight.
All right. Trey, is that it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh my god.
'Cause God damn it.
Oh
I'm
my
as sure
god.
as the
You're gonna
fact
have a bunch of angry fans after you now, Trey.
Yeah.
This was on you.
The Ceres fan club is gonna have some words with you.
I mean, I'm going to say that Denji has a super form that can beat Alucard, so yeah, that's pissed him off.
All right, I guess this is the night bitches die.
These number sixes are very shocking, aren't they?
Electricity.
They give you quite a jolt, don't they? They really tickle your fancy with that little oomph, right?
Who are they?
You get
What?
it to murder you.
What?
Anyways, this was very difficult. I will be honest. I wanted to add my best girl in this fight, but then I thought No, these two actually make sense because they absorb lightning, and one of them is a fairy tale character. Cole McGrath from Infamous versus Loxus Dreyer from Fairy Tale.
Holy shit, dude. Wow.
Okay, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of Loxus, I'm sure none of us are. That fight alone, that may work.
It may work. Okay, look. Originally, I was a Makoto Misuka versus Cole McGrath guy. Okay, I was.
Makoto would have won that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Cole has ionic energy and ice. Anyways, then I started thinking, Roxas absorbs lightning like Cole, so they could both bounce off each other. That would be interesting. I mean, Cole is basically a normal human who was pretty much transformed into essentially a mutant. Let's be honest, like all conduits are mutants, right, Trey?
I mean, yeah, essentially, except Cole was a demigod.
Moving on, he
Historically
eventually,
speaking.
he eventually learned how to use his powers, even though technically he was the one that nuked the city and learned how to use electricity. You know, shooting lightning, flying, gliding, boosting, shooting rockets, calling the thunder, because he is the storm that is approaching.
Wrong series.
Hey, shut up, all right? I can sing however I want. Or it's my video. Anyways, but then Infamous 2 comes along, and he pretty much has new powers. You know, he's able to use the amp, which is pretty much a big whacking stick. He also has the ability to use fire and ice, you know, depending on your mood.
Let's just say both for the sake of this fight.
We'll say he has both. And yeah, he pretty much absorbed the power of the beast. I mean, this guy, he can heal with just absorbing lightning, and it could be anything, even humans, and I like that, you know? Against Loxus, it would be interesting, you know, because Loxus is a second generation Dragon Slayer. He absorbs lightning to gain power. He uses lightning all the time. He absorbed bane particles that could have killed everyone. So he's pretty durable. And, you know, he's defeated a Wizard Saint, you know, Jura, even though Jura is kind of weak. Let's be honest, Jura kind of.
Hey, I mean, you're not wrong, but hey, he's my Earth boy.
You are a weak tasting guys. First Yuji Dori, now this.
Well, let's be real. Jura's a solid character. No pun intended.
I just got that.
Jura is a solid
Wow,
character.
the fact that Trey picked Jura over Yuji, that's surprising.
Anyways, but yes, Loxus, you know, we've seen he could take a lot of punishment. You know, hell, he one-shotted Natsu at one point after he got stronger. Like, I know that was stupid, but he did it. So I think it would be interesting if Cole was controlling the city and then you see Loxus eating lightning, and that's how they start the fight. Honestly, though, I'd give it to Cole, you know, because I think he can absorb lightning more, and his ionic and ice powers do give him an edge. Though Loxus could match his speed. You know, we've seen him how fast he is, so it'd be interesting. You know, I just feel like this would be a more interesting fight than with Makoto, even though I want Makoto with Static, because goddamn you, Nicholas, I want that. That sounds like an awesome fight, you know, but overall, you know, Shock Boys. What more can I ask for? You know? Also, I was going to do Cole versus Kakashi, but then I thought that's just stupid.
Cole versus Kakashi. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that would be stupid.
Kakashi will win that.
Also, Kakashi was already in one.
Yeah, plus, hey, it's less stupid than Akali versus Ruby, so that's something.
For fuck's sake, it makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
No, it
Okay,
doesn't,
all right,
Trey.
all right,
I have an
all right.
agenda that makes
We're
more
gonna-
sense
we're
than
gonna-
that.
All right, we'll take a 5-minute break and then we'll continue. Okay, guys, be right back.
Much later.
All right, guys, as you noticed, we are down one man. Brandon was shot in the foot by me, so now he's gone. I'm just kidding. He just had to watch Obi-Wan, which was really good. You guys should watch it.
I still need to see episode 2.
Oh, dude, it hurts. But anyway, so now the order's gonna be different. Nicholas, Nate, Nikki, Trey, and me. That's how we're gonna go.
I am curious what Brandon's top 5 are.
All right, I'll tell you. His number 5, Ragna the Blood Edge from Blaze Blue versus Ruby Rose. Oh, motherfucker! I just realized he put Ragna. Oh well, whatever.
That one. Now that's a proper matchup.
Oh yeah, you basic suckers. You can't think outside the box. Going war's predictable. Afraid
That
of
broke the rule.
Sometimes basic can work.
Okay.
If
Anyways,
you want.
next, Asta from Black Clover versus Yuichiro from Seraph of the End.
Woo.
Fair.
I actually have that on my list.
All right.
Okay, here's one that's very eyebrow raising but interesting. Leone from Akame ga Kill versus Atsushi from Bungo Stray Dogs.
I mean, yeah, that's
Battle
a
of the felines.
And they can regenerate.
lion versus tiger.
True. Atsushi though. But
Number 2.
Zanaku from Wild Forest versus Adam from Ruby.
Oh,
Depends on
that is a very good matchup.
depends on how you take Power Rangers lore.
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
And last
And
one.
number 1.
This is the one that's gonna make you raise a brow. Velvet Crow from Berseria versus Raven Brainwind from Ruby.
What?
Ron win.
I don't care. She's a thought.
Yeah, Raven wins that one.
Raven is a lot of things, but she is not that hoe over there.
Okay, and I'll put his honorable mentions later on. But now, Nicholas, go to your number 5, please.
All right. This is a mythological themed fight.
Hmm.
Boo.
But very different mythologies.
Okay.
It is Fury from Darksiders 3 versus Ryder from Fate Stay Night.
Oh, I get that.
That works.
Which
So,
rider? Because there's a lot of riders.
You just
He
said
said
Fate
Stay
Stay Night.
Night version.
Medusa.
You know, Medusa.
Oh
Okay.
my fucking god! I didn't even know that was her true name. But go on, please.
How did you not put it together when you saw her on the Pegasus?
Because I'm an idiot, like you. But go ahead.
Aren't we all?
Now, Ryder comes from the Christian mythology, while Medusa's Greek mythology. And they both are well known for riding whatever steeds they have available, those goddamn chain weapons, fighting in wars they have no understanding of, and being manipulated by assholes.
And they're very tall.
Yes, very, very tall. Now, I definitely think this should be 3D, if only because that's the model we have for Fury. I see the fight starting when in the Holy Grail War. Somebody summons Medusa, somebody summons Ryder, somebody summons Fury. They instantly start fighting because that's what you do. And it starts going crazy. Both are masters of their respective craft and weapons, but I think Fury has more to throw at Ryder, and I think she has more experience as well. I mean, granted, I think Ryder would have mobility considering she can fly with her Pegasus, but I'm not so sure how Stone Eyes are going to work against Fury, especially with her Havoc form. So I think Fury wins it, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, Ryder versus Fury, number 5.
All right. Well, back to anime for this one. And these two, they have something in common. They're both sword wielders, and no, this is not Urza one. She's already been used, and no, this is not a saber one. Instead, it's gonna first opponent, Homer Kagetsu from Eden Zero versus the Novia from High School DxD.
Oh,
Nice.
I probably would have put her against Kiba, but that's a good one too.
Yeah, because you really think about it, well, other than like both of them having blue hair, both of them wield legendary blades. And it works, because you have Homer Kagetsu, who trained under Valkyrie, one of the Shining Four Stars, one of the toughest people in the galaxy. And then you have Zenobia, wielder of Durandal and Excalibur. That itself alone is actually a pretty frightening concept. And of course, yeah, Zenobia, if I remember, she's a demon, if I remember?
Devil.
Oh, devil, yeah. It'll be interesting to see like a devil versus like someone who uses ether gear. And ether gear, it can also be pretty OP.
Yeah, that's another thing they have in common. They're both just incredibly direct. with
I
what
know,
they
and that's
want.
why I love both of them. Which makes me want... That's also another thing I did struggle a bit on there's a lot of possibilities for them to how the match would start up.
Have Homura badmouth Issei and his peerage unintentionally, like she always does.
Sorry,
And
and Zenomi was like, "What?
You hurt my friend!
I must defend their honor, even though I want to have Issei's kids.
How was that? Well, everybody does.
Yeah, pretty much. And I can see both of them starting up with like using their regular weapons, both of them just like going at each other until Homura, spoiler alert, she activates Overdrive, and then Zenobia activates her devil form. And that's when things start to get crazy. And this is a fight that it can go either way, because Homura, she does have more training experience. I mean, she was trained ever since she was a little kid. But Zenobia has a lot more power up her sleeve. So it really comes down to like who can actually land the final blow. Yeah, pretty simple. Like, it may be a simple concept, but I would love to see these two blue hair beauties go up against each other. That's my number 5.
Okay, nice. Don't know who I'd vote for, but okay.
Same here, because both are good.
Nikki.
I gotta jump off real quick. I'll be back though.
All right.
Okay.
Number 5 is going to be they're both masters and they're both father figures to the characters.
Mhm.
And then so they're going to be for my number 5, Uncle Iroh versus Master Splinter.
Okay, that is actually really funny, but also
That would be funny.
Look at oh my god, look at Nicholas.
Oh
He
boy.
broke.
You
Wow.
okay? You okay? Oh, my
my-
god, I
dude.
never hear about you.
Never thought I see the day I break in EDA. Wow.
Okay, what? Oh man, I'm glad he's muted, but damn. Okay,
Oh my
So
keep going.
what they both have, I would say what they both have in common is that they're both skilled in their own styles of martial arts, and they're also, like I said, they are father figures. Uncle Iroh was pretty much taking care and also trying to teach Zuko, like not just in firebending, but also like the meaning of life, and also to control your anger into finding your purpose. And as for Master Splinter, he was pretty much the adopted father of the 4 Ninja Turtles, taught them pretty much the ways of ninja, and yes, secluding them from the outside world, but protecting them like any parent would be doing. So focusing on Uncle Iroh. Uncle Iroh, yes, he's known as the Dragon of the West Gate because he used to be a leader of an army until an unfortunate event happened to his son, who passed away. So sorry, a bit of a technical difficulty right there. So he's not only good in fire breathing, but he's also good in hand-to-hand combat. Like, he can just come in close and can do like some couple throws or like joint locks to stop you from attacking, or redirect attacks like he did with Azula's lightning bending. So there's that. And Master Splinter, yes, he is a master of ninjutsu because he learned it from his teacher, Master Yoshi. So I would say that in terms of fighting, I think Splinter might have depending on the environment, but Splinter might have the advantage because in ninjutsu he's able to blend in and maybe strike at an opportune moment. But Iroh is able to defend himself and counter because he's able to redirect or throw people in their balance, and then we use firebending to basically control the range because in a way firebending is meant to control medium to long range attacks based on the type of martial arts it is. I don't know who would win because I would see the battle not either of them dying, just saying like, oh, good sparring, let's have tea. But yeah, that's my number 5.
Okay. The one who stands above both the heavens and the earth, the truly honored one, the one known simply as the strongest, the six-side user Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, versus the first hero of many, the Babylonian that wields the gates of Babylon.
Wait, back up.
What?
Let him
Satoru
finish.
Go-
Let him finish. Let him
Yeah.
finish.
The egomaniac narcissist, archer, caster, hero, Gilgamesh from Fate.
What the fuck connects these two?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know.
Other than the fact that both of them are OP as hell,
Just explain, because it's 10 right now. We gotta get sleep since it's go.
Honestly, the similar things of narcissism and pride that they both happen to share. See, with Gojo, he was raised with this mentality of the fact that he was just special. He was above everyone else. Things came naturally easy to him. He is a six-size user that wielded the most powerful first technique ever. So, yeah, he was pretty cool of himself. And the thing is, this was constantly proven right to him over and over again as he grew in strength. But as he grew, he started maturing, and he realized his strength can be used for beyond just as simply his own desires. While he is selfish at heart, he wants to help other people bring out their inner strength and eventually support the pillars of the society, so he can eventually take down those corrupt little bastards that try to take away the precious youth from other people and build something new with other people as strong as him. Gilgamesh is kind of the exact opposite. Disappointed in what he sees in humanity, he sees them as unworthy of being anywhere near his potential, anywhere near his social standing, where only he can sit above everyone else while everyone can just burn and rot and die in the mud. That's how they both see their own pride and strength and utilize it. Not to mention their own differences in designs as well, with Gojo having this kind of angelic, white-haired, blue-eyed shtick, with Gilgamesh being this demonic golden demon with red eyes and blonde hair. I felt like it contrasts pretty good, and they would have interesting dynamics with each other. As for who wins, it's Gilgamesh, unfortunately.
I mean, without a doubt, Gilgamesh, like, stuff he does.
Yeah. See, like, with Gilgamesh, the weird thing is, like, he's the most powerful, he just jobs a lot. And by that, I mean, he doesn't really bring out his full power even when he should, because of his own pride, like he did with Shiro. But with Gojo, though, he's not pathetic, he's not weak, and he would piss Gilgamesh off enough to the point where I could see him doing what he did with either Iskander or Heracles, and just busting something out of the gates of Babylon that could actually get through infinity, because he has every prototype of every noble phantasm.
And I thought he was good against Sinbad. Damn.
Fuck no, Sinbad would destroy him immediately.
I'm gonna bring in a character Trey already mentioned, Generator X, but he's gonna get blued. Beetled. I mean, he was gonna get blue beetled. Yes, Blue Beetle from DC versus Generator Rex. I want this fight. Okay. Not only do they both create weapons out of their suit or their body, but they're also Mexicans. So you just imagine a bunch of Mexican swear words they throw in, and plus they're both family guys. Like they both, like Jaime cares about his family, his little sister, and Rex cares about his brother and everyone he's met. So Blue Beetle, his scarab, man, it is OP as fuck. It's just like blades, cannons, maces, freaking and giant clips, like paper clips. Like that's awesome. Like he can take so many blows unless it's a fucking Apocalypse War where he fucking dies from a head bash. That's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking irritating. But
And Warner Brothers.
I know I fucking hate them, but still, Jaime, I love how he's the next generation. He doesn't have Ted Cord with him to train him. He's got to do his thing on his own. Yet he's already proven to be a good member of the Justice League and the Teen Titans. Against Generator Rex, I would love a 2D fight, where they're both patrolling the city, they both see a bad guy, like, I got him! They both shoot and they actually kill the guy, like, you made me do it! And they just fight. Honestly, I gotta give it to Jaime because his alien tech is, you can't really hack it unless it's more of a psychological thing, so I don't think the nanites could affect it, so I say Jaime would win, so that's my number 5, Generator Rex versus a Blue Beetle. Although Blue Beetle versus Agent Venom does make sense. I will say that. Nicholas, go to your number 4, please. Nicholas?
EDA, your turn.
I think he's recovering that I killed him.
Yeah.
You are. I am, and you did. What the fuck? What kind of matchup is that?
It works though, doesn't it?
Kinda.
I don't know. I was too busy dying to listen to his explanation.
Okay, but go ahead. Go to your number 4, bud.
All right. You know me. I have to have I have to have a horror entry somewhere.
Oh,
And this one is real simple. Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers.
of course. The next Halloween special.
Yep.
Yeah. Battle of the Slasher Killer Legends. I'll state my bias up front right now. I like Friday the 13th more than Halloween. Jason Voorhees always scared me more. I don't know what it is, but it just did. Now, when we get to how similar they are, they're both, well, there's really no similarities to it other than just their early 80s slashers who have survived an insane amount of punishment and killed at least 100 people. There are some key differences, like for starters, Jason does not have like 20 different timelines. There's only one timeline for him. And second, this is why I think he's going to win. Jason is a revenant. He's already an undead monster. You can't. Yeah. It's one thing. Michael Myers is just a man. Yeah, literally just a man. A man who the writers try to make out as a monster by writing him into impossible situations that he somehow survives for no goddamn reason, but a man nonetheless. Jason has demonstrated straight up healing properties, man. Yeah. In fighting Freddy Krueger, he had his eyes gouged out in one scene and a hole dug into his chest where his heart was. 10 seconds later, he's totally back to normal. Well, that's a healing factor right there. They're adding that their slasher powers allow them to teleport at the same time, and they were extremely versatile with any weapon. It's a really interesting fight. I even know the perfect setup. Some idiots are transferring Michael Myers away to a new psychiatric hospital / prison, and they just happen to pass Crystal Lake. Michael Myers escapes. The two meet up, and it's a straight up brawl. And this has to be live action, because there's no other way.
Yeah,
it'd be insane to do it anything otherwise. And like I said, I do think Jason wins because he has done crazier shit. Let's not forget, in the original timeline, he went to space.
Oh yeah, Jason X. Oh my god, that was stupid, but I think it's a guilty pleasure for me.
It's a cheesy, self-aware sci-fi action horror film, and that's exactly what it sets out to be. And don't forget, so far the only way to permanently kill Jason that I've seen throughout the entire continuity, atmospheric re-entry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Jeez.
Hang on, let Nicholas finish.
So I do think Jason beats Michael Myers.
Okay.
That's my number 3.
I agree.
Number 4.
Well, finally getting into the comic book realm for this one.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. Moon Knight versus Azrael.
You.
Yeah, the fact that I just one-up Brandon for this one, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like, one-upping motherfucker. But yeah, Brandon pretty much sums up that fight. So yeah, I'll keep it short and simple. Yeah, I would like to see this fight. Yeah, both psychological based anti-heroes, that will be very interesting. And for the setting of the fight, yeah, I definitely wanted to have it take place in Egypt. It would be a really nice setup for the fight, especially at midnight. That will be amazing. Even in the Pharaoh's tomb, that itself will be awesome as well. I got not much else to add since Brendan already covered most of it. So yeah, number 4, Moon Knight versus Azrael.
Okay, nice. All right, Nikki. Go to your number 4, please.
For my number 4, I mean, you can't have a death battle without some anime muscular fighters. So for my number 4, it is going to be Toki versus Joseph Joestar
Wait,
But-
Toki?
Who the fuck's Toki?
from Hokuto no Ken or Fist of the North Star. Toki.
Oh,
shit.
another Fist of the North Star versus JoJo. Okay.
Which Joe
This
Star?
one actually can work.
Joseph.
Joseph Joestar.
Oh.
Well, shit, man. Trey is contemplating his life. Nikki, continue, please.
Well,
Um,
Kevin, this is pretty much karma for earlier, so.
Yeah.
So I would say for Toki, yes. Toki is the second brother of the end user of the Fist of the North Star, Hokuto Shinken, and also is the pretty much the second eldest brother of Kenshiro. So he's more of the most humane and most compassionate out of the 4 users of the Fist of the North Star, because he did have a goal, but then it was taken away when he pretty much got sick from the pollution called the Ash of Death, which pretty much is an incurable disease that eats away his life. So he's using the remaining of his life to basically heal others during the apocalypse that happened. But even though he's pretty much like focused on the life of being a medic, his skills are still not to be underestimated. He pretty much made his Fist of the North Star into like what he calls the humane fist, where he would kill the enemy but they would die without feeling pain. Instead, they would feel like joy or like feel like they are put at rest. But he's also he can still go on foot and foot with his brother Raoul, who is the first user of the Fist of the North Star. So so not only does he have equal footing, but he would have been the true successor to the Fist of the North Star if he wasn't sick. But he chose to save his brother Kenshiro and got sick instead. So there's that. That's the only weakness I would say in his skills, that his sickness would get in the way. Joseph Joestar, I would say in the Joestar bloodline, he is the trickster. He would face you one-on-one, but he would try to trick you and just mess with you every way he can. And once he runs out of ideas, he would run away just to trick you again. So he would try to one-up everyone. So yes, he has the cracker volleys, and like his ancestor Jonathan, he's also learned how to use Hamon, and then later on he also gains a stand ability. So for this death battle, I don't know if we're seeing Joseph Joestar as his younger self or as the older self. So depends. But I would say Toki would definitely win this one because, once Joseph Joestar runs out of ideas or tricks, he'll be like, cracker volley.
And Toki is also stronger than Jagi, who tanked the nuke.
Yeah. So there's that. But I just want to see like another JoJo versus Fist of the North Star death battle. So that's my number 4.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be more ridiculous, but whatever. Trey, go to your number 4, please.
All right. These two, both are masters of death. One, a slayer of Nephilim. The horseman Death from Darksiders.
Oh
The
shit!
other, the slayer of
Again, Darksiders.
Yes. And another, the ruler of hell and slayer of Lucifer, the Empress Lady Death.
Lady Death.
From where?
From Chaos Comics.
Chaos Comics.
I know who he's talking about. I know
The
who
white
he's
tail
talking
lady
about.
with white hair. And a
Okay. Just go. But wow. Okay.
At first, I wanted it to be Lady Death versus Spawn, but Spawn was already in Death Battle, so it's whatever. Thankfully, there was a commonality in themes here in how both Death and Lady Death, Jesus Christ, this is gonna suck, both come from a background where they have more or less had to abandon their previous past life as a former species, with Death, of course, being of the Nephilim, along with his siblings, and slaying them for the council. And Lady Death being a former human who was corrupted by evil and hell thanks to her dumbass of a total father, but eventually swore revenge, got her revenge, slayed Lucifer, ruled hell, and basically after being banished from Earth, she swore to eliminate all life on Earth so she can go back to Earth. Yeah, she's a weird kind of character who's had multiple different origin stories, but they're both really cool and really powerful users of death, with, of course, Death leading the charge in slaying his entire race, along with his siblings, and also going toe-to-toe with various giants, angels, demons, even his own mother and brother War himself. So he's very easily the most powerful of the four horsemen. Unfortunately, this is also another unfortunate, a bit of a curb stomp in Lady Death's favor, considering that she has beaten Lucifer, who is equal to the likes of Odin, who has blown up planets, and has also fought angels who move at light speed. So yeah, this matchup isn't fair at all. Like, she's just a magical powerhouse who really should go up against Spawn. Just saying. But overall, they carry similar things, and I feel like in a story they would work pretty well off of each other, you know? One being an anti-hero representing death, and the other being a straight-up villain sometimes.
Okay. Wow. Could have been a little more even, but okay.
Yeah, this is my mistake. I'm sorry.
Well, you should have been sorry earlier with your matchups before, but okay.
Oi.
All right, my number 4. Nate, you brought in time travelers before. I'm gonna bring in 2 more.
What?
I am the bone of my sword.
Hey.
Yep, Archer Emiya from Fate versus Hakumen from Blaze Blue.
Oh.
Think about it.
3 times we mentioned Blaze Blue. That's crazy.
Evil versions of the person the main character knows, or the main character. Archer. Think about it.
Archer's not exactly evil.
Okay, alternate version. Okay, how about that? Does that tickle your fancy, Trey?
I mean, I don't want to be tickled by anything, but sure.
Oh. I'm tired now, anyways. So Archer, you know, we know his story. He was Shiro enemy on another timeline. He lost everything. So he eventually used the Grail to become a heroic spirit, right? And became an archer. So he had a goal of pretty much killing his past self to preserve the future. And he's pretty overpowered. I mean, at first you see him with his twin blades, but then when you see him with his bow, like, he's really strong, especially with his double phantasm, which creates like a field of blades. And we've seen how fast Archer is. Like, he can keep up with people like Saber, Lancer, even freaking Berserker, you know? And I just love that he is both a good combat specialist, both close up and long range. So it would add an interesting level. Whereas Hakumen is another version of Jin, who, of course, we all hate from Blaze Blue because he's an actual brother, but this time he's one of the legendary heroes that stopped the Black Beast, which is interesting. And Hakumen has a fucking huge-ass katana, which I fucking love. And his powers are pretty interesting to the point where he matched Ragnar, who we've seen him just shrug off being thrown in the building and shit. So I think I would want to fight in 2D, but if they do 3D, that'd be fine as well. Honestly, I'm not sure who'd win. I'd probably give the edge to Archer a little, just because he has more long range. But Hakumen, we've seen how strong he is. I mean, hell, in one PDX fight, he beat Virgil, so who knows? So
yeah.
That's my number 4. Go ahead, Nicholas. What are you number 3? I'm trying not to fall asleep.
Number 3 is Cinderfall versus Azula.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh man. Poor Azula.
Oh, please, tell me it doesn't make sense.
It
No,
makes sense.
Like,
It's just
like
damn.
so one-sided.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, explain.
Okay, first of all, Cinder has range, versatility, and defense. Azula better training, more power, but less mentally stable, let's be honest. So it'd be a very interesting fight. There are just two women who are absolutely insane and will do anything to please their commander, who has no interest in them at all. Even though one of them is her own father, they just toy with them for no reason other than their own goals. I think the aura might give Cinder an edge enough to win, but that lightning bending is seriously dangerous stuff. So it's a toss-up. I can't say for sure who wins, but I do know that this fight would be hot. That's my number 3.
You're trying to keep me awake with puns? You son of a bitch, I'm in. Just kidding. Okay, Nate, go ahead for your number Trace.
Alrighty. Well, Trey mentioned like an anime and a bit of a manga adaptation. I could do one better with Levi versus Hoshina.
Oh, Attack on Titan versus Kaiju number 8. Trey is like, he's questioning life now.
I honestly didn't think that I was gonna make it on this list. Holy shit, nice.
Because we talked about it before, and I figured I better be sure to be sneaky and be sure to bring that in. Because, yeah, both of them are seasoned veterans, and both of them are considered the strongest soldiers. I will admit, I did originally have Levi versus Crow Bronwyn. That also would have been a good fight as well. Like, a bit weird, but still good. But then I remember this one also works as well, because you have Levi Ackman, one of the members of the Ackman family. And that blood and that training that he had started off from a thief to a Sorbet Corp member. Oh my god, this guy could do the impossible. And then we have Hoshina, one of the sub-captains of one of the divisions. That guy may be lighthearted, but when he gets serious and he puts on that suit, he is ready to mess stuff up. I mean, we all saw that fight that he did in one of the chapters. Definitely one of the best fights I've seen in Kaiju number 8. And as for how they would meet up, I can imagine after a Kaiju fight, Yoshina was just like being casual about it, and then Levi's like, you failed to clean this up. And then Hoshina is like, it's not part of my jurisdiction. Why don't you clean it up yourself? And then both of them just go at it. And again, this is another case where I think this will be a rather even fight, because both of them are very fast, both of them are very strong. I mean, we all seen Levi take on Zeke multiple times.
True.
And we have seen Hoshina at his limit at one point and fighting one of the kaijus, and yet he's still able to overpower it.
I mean, I think the only advantage Hoshina has against Levi is his suit being able to like hold in like his wounds.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. But it also like determines like if maybe like the thunder spears or like if all that multiple slashes might overload the suit, because even though the suit's really OP, there's only so much it can take. Yeah, this is like a very even match, and I can definitely want to see one day in Death Battle. Like, again, I definitely want this to be 2D, but if they do 3D, that also works too.
Can't be worse than Blake versus Beefus Ackerman.
Oh, yeah, like, the song was good, but my god.
Stupid ass fight.
Hey, blame it on the people who wanted that fight and then can't accept it when their character dies.
Thank you for that, Rooster Teeth. Yeah, that's my number 3. Levi versus Hoshina. Two badass veterans.
Okay, nice. I like it. Okay, Nikki, go, please.
Number 3 goes to, in my opinion, the most badass villains in the worlds of martial arts. Number 3 goes to Chase Young versus Tai Long.
Oh my god.
Chase Long from where?
He's
From
from
Shaolin Showdown. Chase Young.
yeah, the guy that can turn to a lizard. That-
Okay.
Okay, seriously, that is a very, very shocking entry. I'm surprised even Nicholas knows.
That can actually work because both of them are frightening.
No shit.
So, although Chase Young is, Chase Young can be deceptive and also narcissistic. He does have a bit of honor that most villains rarely ever gets. Even if he loses, he'll like, okay, we put these terms here. I lost. Take your terms. And the thing is that he is so skilled that he doesn't need a Shenggong Wu. He even says that the Shenggong Wu are like crutches or just measly toys. Like even if the Shaolin Dragons did use the Shenggong Wu against him, he would simply dodge out of the way or just use them against each other. He's even tried that when he tried to convince Omi to join his side. And he's skilled in all various martial arts, and he's also a master of Tai Chi, which is why one of his most famous and popular technique, Repulse the Monkey, is pretty much unbeatable. So there's that. And because he also drank the Lao Ming Long Soup, the ancient potion of the dragon, he's pretty much gained immortality and eternal youth, and he's being able to, like, as Kevin mentioned, he's able to morph into this lizard-like dragon monster, which gives him like some more physical advantage. So he's skilled in martial arts, but he's also skilled in some Halen magic. And then for Tai Long, in a way, Tai Long was potentially also would have been a protagonist if it weren't for the dark ambitions that he had, because he was accepted by Shifu, raised as a student and also as a son, and was considered one of the most skilled fighters ever known. But because Master Oogway noticed something dark within him, he didn't think he had the qualities to be the Dragon Warrior. So when Tai Long broke out of his prison, pretty much, in a way, he had this sense that he was the hero. Like he worked very hard to earn this goal, so no one should take it from him. So his skills in martial arts is great, and specifically his style is pretty much equivalent to the leopard style in Chinese martial arts. It is ruthless, fast, and aggressive, pretty much fitting to his style. And plus, he's also skilled in nerve attack. Like if he's able to hit a pressure point on you, you're paralyzed. You're still alive, but you're paralyzed, so who knows what. So, in this battle, I would see, I don't know how it would end. I would see them throwing punches at each other in this fast, aggressive pacing. And then just seeing Tai Long doing a final blow with that fiery blue palm he had with Chase Young in his lizard form. I don't know how it ends, but I would love to see that. That's my number 3.
Honestly, that would be an unexpected fight, but I would have to give it to Chase Young because we've seen more of him,
Yep.
All right, go ahead, Trey.
All right. Let me just double check. Yes, okay. Comic book battle, finally, pure comics.
Mm-hmm.
Both are the girls next door, except one can turn your baseball bat into a living gun. Adam Eve from Invincible versus the girl from outer space, the Titan, and the one Eric definitely pairs with Dick Grayson more than anyone.
Yes! 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 Yes.
Now, in all honesty, this came to me out of nowhere, and it surprisingly clicks with how they both play a similar theme and role as this down-to-earth love interest to a Grayson, Mark Grayson, Dick Grayson, yeah. Both of them rely on a long-range energy blast type powers and shit, except Starfire is more Supergirl light, while Adam Eve is a molecular manipulator from long range. And there's also how they deal with, I guess, the trauma and struggles in their lives, as well as their own respective family issues, with Starfire definitely being more optimistic and carrying more of a firm smile to support herself and others. Whereas Adam Eve struggles with her trauma a lot more visibly, if any case. So I would say they both represent
characters that just, emphasize two different responses to trauma, but end up becoming stronger women as a result. As for the fight itself proper, I would say while Starfire has definitely the physical superiority, Adam Eve, her constructs are powerful enough to catch and restrain even Viltrumites that have beaten the shit out of Mark. So they definitely can stand up to Starfire. And her molecular manipulation, she can pretty much turn anything she wants into whatever the fuck she wants. And with her mental limits, mental blocks restricted off in a stressful situation, she can even manipulate organic life. Plus, she's also kind of immortal. Like, her powers subconsciously revive her upon death. So, yeah. But yeah, it will still be a good fight, though.
So you're saying Adam Eve would win?
Yes.
Fuck you.
What the fuck?
Fuck you.
Oh.
You killed two of my waifus. Not just kidding. Whatever.
It's okay, Trey. He's always jealous of your decisions.
Yes.
Well, like I'm just jealous of your decisions, Nikki. Anyways.
All right.
Wake up.
Well, it's my turn, dipshit.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Ouch.
Jeez. I'll kick you next time. All right. So we all talk about the demon inside a character, right? In anime, right? So let's talk about these ones that honestly they fit if you think about it. Asta from Black Clover versus Yuichiro Hyakuya from Seraph of the End. Yeah, they fit. I mean, originally, yes, Asta with Meliodas, that would be cool. Except Meliodas would curb stomp Asta. Let's be real. Like
Easily.
Like even Asta needed help against Dante and shit. So, and I was gonna put Yuichiro versus Eren, but then I thought, no, I like Asta. So Asta, cliche Naruto clone. He wants to be the Wizard King. He yells loudly. But then he gets a power from a 5 degrees clover, which is the devil. So he has the ability to use anti-magic, which he uses greatly with his swords. Demon Dweller, Demon Destroyer, like Demon Slayer. Like it's really interesting. The more he uses his swords, and then he unlocks this new power, the Black Asta. Although I'm surprised he doesn't have an afro, but whatever. But then we see him grow even more, using the Black Divider, using his whole Devil Union. Like throughout the series, we see him using more sword techniques. Even during his battle against Ida, we see that he isn't a kid who's been through a lot. He's a kid who's been through many battles, so he's got experience. Plus, come on, Black Slash is awesome. I mean, that's like one of his few ranged attacks. He's basically using Jessica Tensho from Ichigo. Then we go to Yuichiro. This kid hates vampires ever since his adopted family was murdered by this fucker. He's probably a pedo, but who knows. Then he starts to join this regiment, so kind of like, Attack on Titan. He gets his demon weapon, Arashimaru, who is a guy, surprisingly, even though it looks like a girl. Then we discover he has something inside him called, the Seraph of the End, which is technically part of the Angel Clan, which means he can destroy the world. And then later on, spoiler, in the manga, he gets a new sword that cuts through dimensions, which is fucking ridiculous. And he's eventually able to catch up to, Gurren or whatever, even controlling the Seraph of the End. And honestly, I don't know how this fight would work, but I definitely want it 2D. And honestly, I'd say Asta might have the edge because his anti-magic can cancel a lot of the Seraph of the End, and plus he has more experience. So I'd say this fight would be interesting, because I like these characters. Also, fuck that's all I'm gonna say.
Shit.
All right,
It never ends.
All right, let's. Nicholas, do you want to just do your number 2, number 1, and your honorable mentions go to sleep, or what do you want to do?
No, I can stay up a little later.
Okay,
All right.
are you sure? All right, let's go to number 2, boys.
You're gonna love my number 2.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you're wrong. Asta versus Meliodas would be a great fight.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it would.
You just want Asta to die, man.
No, I don't. Because here's the thing. not as cut and dry as you think. Yes, Meliodas will have an experience edge and a strength advantage, but other than that, Asta has a counter for pretty much everything he has. His anti-magic not only has shown the ability to nullify magic that does the exact same thing as Meliodas' full counter. And key sensing means that even if Meliodas is faster, he can still keep up with the real one, even if they're clones.
Precog is a bitch.
Yeah. Plus, Asa has fought far more powerful beings than himself and still survived. Also, let's not ignore this fact. Meliodas uses his magic to enhance himself. Asta's pure muscle all by himself, and that's far more impressive.
You can somewhat argue in his transformations his anti-magic enhances him, but besides that, yeah, Ide, you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't forget, one thing in a cave that nullified magic and Meliodas could barely beat King.
Oh my god. That.
Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, of course. Because I gave up on things innocence for a while.
Yeah, well, that's still canon.
True.
And this is but here's the clincher that makes Asta win. His swords have been shown to hurt devils and demons from other dimensions. And what is Meliodas?
The demon king?
Mm-hmm.
Demon from another dimension.
Yep.
So, like I said, a perfect counter to everything Meliodas can throw at him. He's also beaten demons that can move their heart and regenerate as fast. And Asta is definitely going to be more level-headed as the fight goes on compared to Meliodas in his rage modes.
That is true.
Yep.
And there is a unique dynamic between them because, while Meliodas rejects his devil side, Asta understands what he needs it to accept it and fight with it to win. And that's exactly what he does. Yeah. So there is that dynamic. And yes, Asta wins. In my opinion, Asta wins. I think it's close. I think it's like this close to this close.
Okay, we get it. Jesus Christ.
But I think Asta wins.
Jeez, man.
Yes.
Get it.
Also, the original score and title writes itself. Counter the Clover.
Oh, that'd be a cool track. All right.
Brandon Yates, you better work on that.
All right. So okay. You
Or
know
Black
what?
Counter.
You know what? You kind of convinced me slightly, but still, you got to admit, Asta versus Yuichiro would be cooler.
Oh, no, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying you're not giving it enough credit.
Fair. Okay. Nikki. Oh, no, Nate. Sorry. Nate.
All right, final comic book one. We mentioned like the supernatural parts and all that, but what about the paranormal one? Want to know why I get out of bed every morning?
Oh, yeah.
Name's Hellboy. Dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Trey, don't cheer. You're going to be so mad right now.
And
Why?
the other one, it may be a weird one, but I can also see it work. Constantine.
Fuck you, Nate.
I told you, Trey.
and
And get this, Trey. I recommended it.
Fuck you, Kevin.
No, fuck you.
What the fuck, Nate? What the fuck?
Go. Yeah, because Nicholas is right.
Alrighty. So, Hellboy versus Constantine. Two of the best paranormal investigators in comic book history. And both of them had their fair share of roughness throughout their battles. We have Hellboy, who is like Amon Armu, the demon of apocalypse, until he was raised by Dr. Broom to be part of the BRPD. And actually proves that he is one of the best paranormal investigators, because even though he's a demon, he knows how to handle them very well. Because he got the right hand of doom, his revolver. He can even add some blades up his sleeve as well. And this guy, he can actually take a lot of hits, even taking up against holy magic as well. Like, even though like holy magic could be very effective against him, he can still get back up. Then we have Constantine, who is an asshole, but a very effective paranormal investigator who has also utilized a lot of holy powers and magic as well. And honestly, this could be a very close one. Either one can work, though Constantine better not use fire on this one, because there is one thing about Hellboy. I'm fireproof. You're not. That will be a major factor, because if Constantine constantly uses fire, then Hellboy will win. But if Constantine plays it smart, then he may win. So this is another scenario where both of them might go either way. Plus, I can imagine like that scenario where both of them are just like in the city or something, and Constantine just like did something that provoked Hellboy. He's like, "You just messed with a cat. Nobody harms cats." and then they both just start fighting because Hellboy does have a soft spot for cats. And yeah, that's my number 2. 2 of the best paranormal investigators. And yeah, this is kind of biased. 2 of my favorite comic book characters facing off against each other. That would be awesome.
Yeah, again, fuck you, Trey. Go ahead, Nikki.
My number 2. These 2 characters are made from the same video game company, Sucker Punch Productions. So for my number 2, it is going to be Sly Cooper versus Jin Sakai.
What?
I know the first one. Who the hell is the second?
Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay, yeah.
Sly Cooper.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nick,
This is a weird one.
yeah, Nick, you're high as fuck right now.
Yeah, what the
I-
fuck were you smoking?
Nothing. I never smoked.
Sure, with that face, you don't smoke.
All right, Nikki, go
I
ahead.
laughed myself to death, but so basically, I'm pretty much seeing this kind of battle being more like acrobatic sort of stealth situation. Because in a sense, both of them have the skills to be stealthy and be undetectable until necessary. So for Sly Cooper, he's from a generation of thieves, and has learned the techniques of his ancestors through the tome The Thievius Raccoonus, which he had to get back from a gang of thieves who pretty much barged into his house, killed his father, and tore the pages while he was just a kid. But then he grew up to become a well-known thief with his friends Murray and Bentley. And, he's able to steal some things here and there. He's like Robin Hood, but he steals for himself. But that, and so he's a master of disguise. He's able to sneakily stealth by, and he's able to pickpocket anybody with the cane as well. And he's able to do sweeping attacks with the cane as well, and also do aerodynamics, and has great balance in such. And Jin Sakai, yes, pretty much repeating to what Trey mentioned. Like, he used to be a samurai, but then when he pretty much gave up his code of honor, he became more lenient to assassinations, like stabbing from the back or using poisons and darts. So I would see this battle sort of like I just mentioned, pretty much almost like both of them just ranging each other, jumping from place to place, and then just throwing one blow after another. It would be just nice to see this happening at night. That's how I see this. That's my number 2.
Wow.
He's still random as fuck, but okay.
I know, right? That's so fun.
right. This
Go.
one, these 2, I honestly believe to be the exact same character, because what the fuck. But anyways, the dual Jin wielding emperor of the Koen Empire, Hakuryu Ren from Maji,
Oh no.
is the president of Honoji Academy, Satsuki Kiryuin from Kill la Kill.
You're not
Nicholas-
wrong.
Nicholas,
They
did
do
you-
sound the same.
Nicholas, did you hear that?
EDA.
Nick.
EDA.
Nick. Pick your phone, you fat ass.
Oh my god.
EDA, can you hear us?
I think he's deaf.
No, he's smiling. He
Okay,
knows-
fine.
I'm-
Uncle Iroh versus Master Splinter.
Okay.
Anyways, Yes, these two are the same character, and I'm not talking about just their clothing design, because like seriously, what the fuck? White with dark blue hair and dark blue eye. What the fuck? Anyway,
Are you sure it's not? Are you sure Trigger wasn't behind Magi for this?
Huh?
Are you sure that Trigger wasn't behind Magi for coming up with the character?
Go on,
moving
please.
moving on from that, I'm not gonna confirm or deny that, but there is similar, not even just similar, almost the exact same shit happens to them. Evil incestuous mom trying to bring about a calamity with an ancient evil. Check for both of them in the form of Arba and Radhiel. Fuck those bitches. Both of them have an ambition to achieve revenge against their bitch moms through any means necessary, even at the expense of innocent lives and controlling other people. Check. Both serving as a foil to the main protagonists, Alibaba and Ryoko. Check. Both of them have a gigantic stick up their ass that makes them a very authoritarian with a black and white objective sense of morality. Also, again, check. Jesus Christ, these are very much the same characters. And like, if there's a duo that would ship more than I want them to fight, it would be these two. But this is about fighting, so let's move on. In terms of a fight, I feel like the physical advantage goes to Satsuki over Hakuryu, even though Hakuryu isn't too far behind with Jin equip, and also with ki manipulation, or Majoi manipulation, whatever you prefer. The problem is that Hakuryu is busted. Like, really fucking busted. Zagan, both of his Jin equips control life. Zagan controls plant life, which on the surface sounds pretty mediocre, right? Well, until you find out he can control microscopic fungi that can disintegrate a human being with a touch. Then you have Belial, which, for anyone that hasn't read the manga, is probably the most dangerous of the Jin, since it can control the human soul and emotion and mind.
That is frightening when I first read it.
Yes, like he can literally brainwash.
What?
Yes, with Belial, he can implant memories and brainwash you into thinking whatever he wants to make you his minion, chock full of aggression. Like, while he's not directly controlling you, he is making you think whatever he wants you to think.
And you think this is fair for Satsuki? What the fuck, Trey?
She is very...
Hey, Satsuki was already in this.
Look, Satsuki's very close to him as a physical peer. But what really takes it, though, is that Belial in his Jin equip, has a scythe that when it cuts you, it doesn't take away your limb. No, it doesn't damage you at all. It takes away all of your senses within that limb. It cuts your arm, it separates that fragment of your soul from your arm, so you lose all feeling in it. And if he cuts you entirely with it, or hits you with a dragon roar attack that fully envelops your body, oh no, you're done. That's how he killed Alibaba, by sending his soul to the realm of the dead.
Thanks for that spoiler.
Hey, it's been out for years, not my fault.
They haven't read the manga. Still
Just
spoiler.
finish up, please.
But yeah, no, Hakuryu, as much as I love Satsuki, and I love Hakuryu equally as much, he wins this because, Jesus Christ, so much fucking hacks. They're good pairing, though.
Oh, you are out of your fucking mind. Then again, considering your list, I should not have doubted that.
Brendan is really gonna add another comment. It's like, Trey,
Yeah.
I
All
think
right,
you get
Kevin,
some
go.
edges.
All right, yeah. All right, no more interrupting, guys. All right, seriously. All right, number 2, Trey. Fuck you. Jenny Wakeman versus Robot Boy.
Yay! Victory for Robot Boy.
Okay, I'm kicking you. I am close to kicking you, but okay. Come on, robots. All right, robot heroes that are technically children. I mean, XJ9 or Jenny. She was the 9th unit made by Miss Nora Wakeman, and she's so OP. I mean, guys, come on. Boxing gloves, scissor blades, freaking furnace. Like, she has everything for everything. Like, and even if you blow her up, she has extra parts for herself. I mean, she's destroyed armies of alien invaders, okay? What has Robot Boy done, Trey? He has done nothing like that. He barely holds off the human army, but no, Jenny has taken on legions of robot aliens, okay? So she wins by default.
Robot Boy had better arcade desktop games.
Moving on.
Anyways, but yeah, I just think I want this fight to happen mostly because, you know, again, it's a Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon fight. It would be an interesting fight, and I really do see them like bumping into each other, and then their respective, commanders say, "Oh my God, it's an evil robot." We'll have to stop them. So I still say I give the edge to Jenny because she has more versatility and she has done higher feats. I mean, I'm sorry, and plus I kind of forgot about Robobot for a while. So I mean, it'd be an interesting fight though. I would want to see what Robobot could do. So that's my number 2.
Right.
All right, honorable mention time, boys. All right, this time
I only got
one. Okay, no interrupting. We're gonna go fast. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, Nate.
Yang Xiaolong versus Katsi Bakugo.
Kratos versus Asura.
Black Panther versus Bronze Tiger.
Raven from DC versus Scarlet Witch from Marvel.
Dark Killer versus Dark Pit.
Rain versus Blade from Marvel.
Ruby Rose versus Shinra Hiragi.
Blake Belladonna versus Laura Kinney, X-23.
Makoto Misaka versus Static.
Makoto Misaka versus Static Shock.
High five.
Makoto Nijima versus Lady, Devil May Cry.
Luke Skywalker versus Alucard from Castlevania.
Apocalypse versus Black Adam.
Joker versus Green Goblin.
Green Goblin versus Tyrion Kalos.
Bobobo versus Deadpool.
Oh, but no.
Sanji Vinsmoke from One Piece versus Norgiana from Maji.
This is one for Brandon, my brother. Ghost Rider versus Spawn.
Yato from One Piece versus Acnologia from Fairy Tail.
Dobby from My Hero Academia versus Lunatic from Tiger and Bunny.
Black Lightning versus Electro.
Doomslayer from Doom versus Robot Gilliman from Warhammer 40k.
Yuno versus Kazuya Kanagi.
Freddy Krueger versus Nightmare from Marvel.
Gajeel Red Fox versus Sasori from Naruto.
Master Oogway versus the Ancient One.
Yang Xiaolong versus Yuji Itadori.
Yang destroys Yuji.
Fuck you!
Yeah, if it wasn't for Sukuna coming for his bitch ass, he would.
I mean,
die.
if Yang can beat Tifa, anything is possible.
Gorilla Grodd versus Winston.
Ego the Living Planet versus Moldo from DC.
Dr. Eggman versus Dr. Nefarious.
Ultraman versus Iron Giant.
Red Hood versus Punisher.
The Lizard versus Man-Bat.
Rebby from Black Lagoon versus Valamet from Jormungand.
Noel Silva versus Uvia Lockster.
Noob Saibot versus Reaper from Overwatch.
Jimmy Neutron versus Dexter.
Jenny Wakeman versus Robot Boy.
Greninja versus Espio.
Dora Valkyrie versus Reinhardt from Overwatch.
Euless Alexia von Riesfield versus Stellar Vermilion.
Sam versus Kim Possible.
Okay, now, what is our most wanted death battle, boys?
You're gonna love mine, but
Fuck you.
I highly doubt that, given the history of this list. All right. It should be obvious what I want. I want Gene Starwin versus Spiegel.
Yes! Yes. Yes. I'd love that.
Battle of the Intergalactic Bounty Hunters / Explorers. precedence of the Space Odyssey anime. Because Outlaw Star needs a hell of a lot more love. And look, yes, each character has their advantages. Spike's world is more serious. So he has superior training, better hand-to-hand combat, more combat experience, the whole 9 yards. Alright. And I'm gonna admit, I think he might actually be a better leader than Gene.
It's like very debatable, but okay.
No, Gene never really plans out anything. Spike at least thinks ahead. But I really think Gene has this because he has a better defense, light shield that can actually block a sword swung by a woman strong enough to slice a bus in half. Superior long-range weaponry, everything from a goddamn rocket launcher to his caster gun. Because the caster gun is just fucking broken.
It is.
It shoots a black hole at the cost of Gene's life force. That is amazing. There's no way Spike can beat that.
No, it's not.
Also, I think Gene is actually more durable because in one episode, he was center in a mountain when the entire tip exploded from a bomb. And he was fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Yeah, it's.
I don't think Spike can deal that kind of damage.
I mean, he's been thrown out a window while after being stabbed and shit. He lost an eye, got blown up a few times. So yeah, Gene probably got the
durability.
Yeah, he probably got it. He probably got it.
I would imagine if this was a live action fight set in a desert. Dude, because that's already an alien wasteland. Spike is looking for his bounty. Gene shows up. They both think the other guy's hit. So they just start fighting. I imagine that at one point, Gene is shooting out of around a corner, and Spike just shoots the gun out of his hand. It's like, oh, right, I get it. You're a better shot than me. And it's just so, yeah, Gene is definitely going to bring in the comedy. Spike will get the edge in hand-to-hand combat and give him at least a black eye and maybe some busted teeth. But I think Gene ultimately wins this based on better defense and more and crazier weaponry.
I actually
do agree. Don't get me wrong, it's still gonna be fun to watch.
It will be. It will be.
But that's my number one.
I wish they had a space battle first. You know, that'd be cool.
Oh, space fight. That's a great setup.
Yeah. All right. Good. I like it. That's why I said your list is kind of like the best in my opinion. So go ahead, Nate.
Well, this was a no-brainer. I will want this for my death battle, my most wanted. Joker from Persona 5 versus Velvet Crow from Tales of Berseria.
Of course.
Two people who had their life messed up, only for them to become rebellious demons, if you think about it. Because you have Joker, who is the wild card, the leader of the Phantom Thieves. Meaning that he is quite versatile with a lot of elements. Not just having Arsene, he can even have like Jack Frost, he can have Trumpeter. But also the deciding factor, he can also bring in his ultimate persona, Sentinel. That persona alone is broken. But then again, like, if the persona doesn't work, he does have his knives, he does have his guns, he does have his grappling hook. And he's quite agile and athletic. Then again, we also have Velvet Crow, trained by Artorias, only to have her life messed up thanks to him. Gains a demon arm, able to eat things and copies their abilities. So meaning that she can use fire, ice, lightning, wind, anything that she can eat. And that little blade that she has in her gauntlets and greaves, they are pretty lethal. And honestly, like, Yeah, I would say that Velvet might have the advantage, considering that she has slain gods before, and demons as well. But then again, Joker might give her a bit of the edge with a lot of versatility and a lot of tricks up his sleeve. And yeah, it also comes down to like if Velvet could get Joker out of the metaverse, because if he's out of the metaverse, he can't really use his powers. Yeah, not much else to add, but I would definitely love to see two iconic RPG protagonists of the 2017 face off against each other. Yeah, I also ship it as well.
God damn it. No, it's Zerf X Velvet, dude. What are you talking about?
All right, Nikki, go.
Well, assuming from my list, you're probably gonna guess it's gonna be a martial arts. So for my number one, the most epic martial arts death battle we should ever have. Shang-Chi versus Tien Shinhan.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, Trey, is that a good oh my god or a bad oh my god?
He put a Marvel Street tier against a Dragon Ball Z character.
What?
I mean,
Yeah.
Tien is not the strongest, but yeah.
Do you want Shang-Chi to die?
I will explain this to you right now, Nate.
Muting everybody, so Nikki talk. Go.
The reason people say Tien is weak because they fucking nerfed him.
No
They fucking nerfed him because the reason he is actually powerful enough, he fought off against Cell. It's because, yes, although it was a second form, he's able to put pressure on Cell. And in Dragon Ball Super, they fucking nerfed him for that, which is bullshit. Because everyone doesn't care that Earthlings, doesn't care about Earthlings. They care about the super powerful Saiyans who are like, oh hey, look at this, I can turn my hair gold and all that shit. So in this case, we have a battle against two people, humans, no special powers, using their martial arts skills against each other. Yes. You might say that, oh wait, but Ki is kind of a superpower. No, it is pretty much a life essence. It is an energy revolving around in every living being. And the characters in Dragon Ball Z are able to manifest that into energies or attack. So, Tien Shinhan, he is a master martial artist in a way. He's in a sense, he's like the best martial artist on Earth. Because most of the characters that we know either fight characters from outer space or they're in another planet fighting to the death. So Tien Shinhan not only has a skill in martial arts, he's able to multiply him or divide himself into 4 selves. Yes, each one has less powers, but still 4 of him fighting like that, that's still a threat. Able to do a volleyball attack, able to do different types of Dodon Ray, and then his signature, the Tri-Beam. I said, left a giant hole on the ground where Cell was barely alive. Tien could have killed him. And that just shows how powerful he is. So no, Nate, he's not weak.
I know, yeah. After you said that, I was like, oh yeah, I take it back.
And then
But does
Shang-Chi-
Shang-Chi have to be the victim in this? Like, you could have used Karate Kid.
No. I will explain. Shang-Chi has his skill in martial arts as well. And he's able to fight off against and also against some super powerful beings. And he has also been a teacher and sparred with Captain America, Wolverine, and Spider-Man, who 3 of them are like, physically enhanced. And he's also just a normal human, so he's able to keep up with them. And also later on, he also gets some bracers that help him deflect some attacks. And also he gets the rings, which in a way, the rings, they themselves have superpowers. Gives him pretty much the advantage that he needs to counter against anyone that's super powerful. So all in all, these two are regular human beings, who can basically show that they can even go up against something that's otherworldly. Just give them maybe the right materials or just like a simple stuff, and they're able to kick your ass. So that's my number 1.
Okay, yeah, I can respect that fight.
I think this is the most I've seen Nikki pissed for good reason too.
Yeah.
Again, you have
Thank
no
you,
room to
Trey.
talk, Trey. You have no room to talk. So you're actually speaking of talking, it's your turn.
All right. these two characters, strongly inspired by Journey to the West, Capcom's underrated, underappreciated, angriest, most powerful father, Ashura from Ashura's Wrath, versus the boy raised by the greatest taekwondo specialist ever, unknowing to his true origin as past of them being the Monkey King himself, Sun Wukong, aka Mori Jin from
Trey, I want to fucking hug you.
Oh my god. Wasn't it a minute ago you're being mad at Trey? Like, wow. Okay, keep going.
I want to get mad, but after hearing that, that makes sense now.
Now, obviously, these two, the main core reason why I'm putting these two together, they're both Sun Wukong XPs. Of course, Jin Mori being explicitly Sun Wukong, of course. But Ashura's Wrath, his game and his storyline took heavy amounts of inspiration from Journey to the West. Most notably, his fight with Sun Wukong's being crushed by Buddha under a mountain. Of course, in his first boss fight with that giant dude, that. But in any case, both of these two are just known for being insanely overpowered and extremely overprotective of the people they care about. And for those of you that saw the anime, y'all, that version, while powerful, got nothing on the webcomic, on Webtoons. Kevin knows this, he's read it. Nikki knows this especially, because Mori Jin, holy fuck. When he gets his real powers and all his memories back as Sun Wukong, I shit you not, he is dominating. Okay, put this in perspective. His staff, Yaoi, let's just call it Yaoi, or Ryujin Lubang, can extend all the way from the moon to the Earth. That distance can fit every planet in the solar system with more room to spare. He tanked an attack that cut the Sage Realm, which is larger than his staff, nearly in half. He tanked an attack that could potentially wipe out the entire solar system in one go with his bare hand and his own fucking shoulder. That was just near the start after reawakening his powers. And so much time has passed, and he has gotten so much stronger and better at martial arts, at growing his power and combining his weather manipulation, his armor suits that can have a better durability than him, his expanding staff fused with the bones and spirits of dragons with different elemental attacks. He is literally fighting against a guy who fused with the power of the Buddha himself. Their clash is being able to shatter even Mercury from a distance in half. Even with all that, though, Ashura does win, because it's fucking Ashura. I mean, come on. Yes, he blows up planets too with his punches, and by the end of the game, he kills their version of God through just sheer anger and martial arts skills. That's literally the headcanon explanation for that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, while I do think it will be an absolutely epic fight, Ashura, however, just has better feats. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Wow, I had to give respect to that one, because damn.
Yeah,
I've been grinning every time you've been explaining, Trey. I'm just so happy.
All right. Well, Trey, you're gonna be happy for this one, because my number one, it is something I had to change, because originally I wanted Gohan versus Superboy. Then I changed it with Gohan versus Supergirl. But then after watching a recent death battle, I realized Gohan versus Invincible works the best.
Yes!
Evilly.
Okay.
All right.
So why does this work? Two half-breed alien humans raised on Earth to be human by fathers that were both from races that destroyed planets, and fathers that are arguably kind of not the best. I mean, Goku's not bad, and Nolan did care about his son, but ultimately they were kind of out there.
Goku keeps dying all the fucking time, and Nolan beat the shit out of his son. They're terrible.
Okay. Sheesh. But anyways, it just makes sense. Gohan is just someone who doesn't want to fight. But when he does get angry, you see his potential. Because of his human genes, whenever he's angry, it increases his power. We've seen that when he goes Super Saiyan 2. We see that when he goes Ultimate. Like, he is being Cell. He's hurt Frieza. He's hurt Super Buu. He's even knocked out Kefka in the Tournament of Power in the manga. Like, that is amazing. And, like, Invincible, every time he gets beat up, he gets right back up. And he has a healing factor, even though it's less stronger than Omni-Man, who we've seen can take a lot. So I just feel like Mark and Gohan would be so similar, but at the same time, they'd have to fight. Like, I feel like they would investigate like an alien activity, and they see each other and they fight, and then they realize you're just like me. And honestly, like, Trey, how strong does Invincible get?
He is solidly actually moon level. He does destroy a planet with his father and another Viltrumite, but it was destabilized, so not quite
So,
planet shit.
so probably, I feel like Gohan would win, mostly because his key attacks give him long range attacks. I mean, Viltrumites don't really have energy based attacks, right? They're mostly like super strength, super healing, super speed.
Yeah, no, they're flying bricks. They're just really, really physically powerful.
Yeah, so honestly, I overall give it the win to Gohan. I mean, this would be one of my favorite fights, because I know. No, but Superboy makes more sense. Yeah, but still, this one is still one of my all-time favorites, And you know what? I'm gonna start Invincible one day if I get Amazon Prime.
You should definitely watch it, or at the very least read the comics. It's good.
And if you do get Amazon Prime, you should also watch Legends of Vox Machina.
Yeah, it's really
well.
good.
If I do that, Nikki, you gotta watch season 2 of Iron Bunny. So how about that?
But good on you, Kevin, for changing that. I would have chosen Superboy Prime, and I would have been bad.
Yeah, but all right, guys, we are tired, but still, this was a great list. I'm glad you guys were here with me. I mean, there was some rage, definitely some rage, some interesting ideas, but
Trey definitely be the main cause for all these rages.
Trey. But anyways, right now we're gonna take a week break, okay? Because I want to edit Cinderella's 2 as well as this, so we're gonna take 1 week for a break. But after we come back, we're going to go to the video game round with top 10 fighting game characters. And I'll explain the rules with that later, okay? But next, after that, we're going to have a laugh with top 10 funniest anime characters.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Get ready for the cringe.
And you know what? Just because Nicholas reminded me, after that, we're going to do interesting video, Buy, Rent, or Burn Anime Edition. So Trey, you better finish your fucking slides.
Why would you tell the public that?
Because I want the rage. So then we'll come back with the Dark Reviewer channel, which is going to be in the link. Its link will be in the description. So thank you guys for joining. We are the Dragon Lights, and we will see you in the future. Bye.